Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about the discussion of the dunk meter being removed in NBA 2K23. Now, obviously I didn't title it in any which way that's saying that it will be removed, because that's just not a factual statement. It's up for debate though amongst the community, and a lot of people have been saying to remove it, or really just saying around how stupid it is, whether it's for the reason that it's too easy, quote unquote, that I've heard from some people, and then for also the reason that some people think it's too inconsistent, it's too hard, needs to get taken out of the game because they can't even dunk the ball when it's in the game like that. You guys know my opinion. I am a huge fan of it, and that's why I made this video, to kind of talk about the rebuttal and me being against what a lot of these people said in today's video. So we're here to talk about all this. I hope you enjoy. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, tell them noties, all that good stuff, and like always, try us 1 to 500 likes. So the most notable person to speak out on this was Nade. He says, remove the dunk meter 2K23 please. Now, I saw a lot of just kind of interesting conversation, and this is why I wanted to make the video too. I really wanted to make the video because there's so many different people with so many different opinions. So you got Iggy Mo saying right here, dunking is stupid overpowered on next gen. If you master it, it's not hard to use. Now here's my disagreement with this. Not only is it, in my opinion, not super easy to use, even as someone who feels like they've actually mastered it to a pretty good extent, but here's the thing. It varies very extremely when it comes to your timing. Whether it's an open dunk, there's no latency on it. But then with the contact dunks, there is latency on it, and you have to adjust for that. Not to mention, it's a very adjusting meter size that changes based on every single dunk, depending on how contested it is or not. Again, the latency also changes between game modes, between Pro-Am, Park, 1v1 court, all types of stuff like that, depending on the court's latency. So you have all these things to deal with. Not to mention, it could be just a different random animation every single time you do a dunk, if it's a contact dunk or if you have multiple dunk packages on. Now this is where quick drops come into discussion, and when all anybody has on is quick drops, it becomes something that's just even more brain dead, obviously. But here's my thing too. From all of the really experienced and great players on this game, like all the comp Pro-Am heads that play the guard, the lock, whatever it may be, barely any of them come out here and use their dunk meter. People rarely throw lobs anymore because they literally can't do a simple thing of tapping their X button when they want the timing to be released. Some people don't even know how lob timing works, and we're literally more than 10 months into this game. I just can't believe that some people are so one-track minded that they just deter from some of those things because they think it's too hard. Same with, again, like I said, the dunk meter. So with all this said, Chris says it's way too easy to time. Once again, you will hear so many people disagree with this and say that it's actually extremely hard to use. It ruins dunking in this game for them, and that they would rather play on current gen, literally just because of the dunk timing. And again, so many varied different responses that you'll get on this. I don't know what this one's even about. This is honestly, let me see if he follows me. Okay, no. So I don't really feel as bad about saying this is a stupid comment, but he says, I do agree with taking it out, but you should be able to still force a dunk animation instead of hoping you get, an animation, just hoping and praying. That's crazy talk. That is insane to me. I think that you should never allow slashing to be so brain dead as literally just holding down on your right stick and hoping for a contact dunk every single time that you go in for it. I like the fact that there is a little bit of adjustment that you have to make, even in past games, to still do hop dunks, spin dunks, Euro dunks, all types of stuff like that, to still maneuver your way into the basket. And then on top of that too, what I love about this year's game is that, yes, most times, I would say 90% to 95% of the time that you use your dunk meter, you will force yourself into a dunk animation, but no matter how easy or hard it is, it's going to adjust based on that. So pretty much, I can go for an extremely stupid take on a 7'3" with 99 interior defense. Generally, he will kick me out of the dunk animation if I don't belong in that though. Like if he was in really good position, goes up for the block and everything, and I only have maybe 92, even 99 driving dunk with Hall of Fame posterizer for that matter, it will still take me out of the animation sometimes if it's a great interior defending build that's super tall, super long wingspan, great block, great interior defense, all types of stuff like that. But for the little guards and stuff like that, yeah, you're gonna body them most times, to be honest with you. In my opinion, I think even for the small guards that are like literally 6 feet tall and have like 25 interior defense with no interior defending badges and 25 block rating, the meter should be way bigger, if you ask me. It's only probably like 1/8 of the entire circle is the make window, even if you have 99 driving dunk. So when you go for that, it's just crazy to me that you still have to be so precise. And in this game especially, you guys have heard me in all types of different videos talk about how if you have close shot on your build, I don't know why you'd ever go for a driving contact dunk on a small guard when you can just sit there in the paint and mash them with the close shots all day. Regardless, if you could even be 6'5", 6'4", and you could still mash those guards in the paint with the close shots. It's honestly extremely overpowered. And It's crazy too, because I've seen so many people who say stuff about this and say, yeah, take the dunk meter out, but they need to remove real player percentage. Bro, you're turning dunks into real player percentage, literally. And I think that stuff is so dumb. I think it's really, really stupid if you're going to make dunks just completely randomized. And I just think it's dumb. And not to mention the fact that you can still dunk without the meter. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, I've been playing my brother in Play Now. I can't believe this man constantly tells me he's you know, so used to using down the right stick to do his dunks, and he gets super irritated when the meter pops up, and then he just doesn't time it because he wasn't ready for a meter to pop up. I'm like, bro, just adjust. Hold up on your stick, hold side on your stick, hold X button, something like that. It's not that hard to break the muscle memory, at least in my opinion, and I think some people also struggle with that. And I've made videos too talking about the lob meter and how you can just hold X. You can pre-hold X and it'll probably work like 90% of the time. You don't even have to time it. But again, people are just not aware of some things like this, and it is what it is. But anyway, let's go through some of the feedback. I literally just looked up 2K23 dunk meter. So this is the guy that I put on the thumbnail right here. Hopefully 2K23 gets rid of that trash dunk meter. And I mean, hey, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I just wonder why some people hate it. Because to be honest with you, the people who do hate it, I don't really understand. Because I bet you the reason Nate hates it is that he doesn't like having to time his dunks. He thinks it's a stupid mechanic. I'm speaking for him in that aspect. It's possible that he hates it because it's overpowered when you're really good with it, but I'm willing to bet a lot of the people who do hate the dunk meter, they don't hate it because they're getting done in super bad by people like me who actually use the dunk meter and can time it really well. They hate it because it's too hard to use. That's how I would assume a lot of people who, you know, have negative feedback to this type of stuff would react. Now this one right here, he says, I don't care what needs to happen. That dunk meter has to be taken out in 2K23 next gen. A whole year has gone by with imitations of Curry, barely see anyone dunk anymore. Long story short, he's saying the fact that dunking is so hard to use, it's literally no one comes out here and dunks the ball anymore. I do agree with this as well. I don't know why so many people got deterred away from dunking though. Again, in my opinion, I think it's very doable to use your dunk meter and come out here and do that. Not to mention, it's been kind of frustrating to sit here and see all the people who just make these small guards and have quick drops with 65 driving dunk or 74 driving dunk, silver limitless takeoff, and just come out here and literally use quick drops. And 74 and 65 driving dunk supplements their ability to dunk perfectly fine enough. You literally play like a slasher for literally just having 65 driving dunk. It's really dumb. I think they really need to up the requirement on quick drops next year as well, like big time. They need to put that to at least 85 or like 90, something like that. But anyway, a couple more people of feedback. Like I said, I literally just looked up 2K23 dunk meter or just dunk meter. I think I literally just looked that up for that matter. But y'all want more skill in the game, and the dunk meter creates a skill gap to where you have to time your dunk instead of being given a contact dunk at any time possible. So no, 2K, please leave it for future games. And some people were also, I think, mentioning the contrast between current gen. I don't remember if I see which one it's in, and this was the one that got me laughing so hard. 2K23 got that MJ edition, got to get that, but I still think the dunk meter is goofy for 2K. I miss the days of hitting X button to dunk. I mean, bro, you still can, but like, obviously, you know, it promotes, if anything, the dunking is the exact same way it's ever been. I'm sure I told you guys holding down on your right stick 6 years ago was the way to get more contact dunks, and everybody kind of caught on. And then honestly, on top of that too, like X button dunking is still a thing. Up on the right stick dunking is still a thing. It just promotes more skill gap in terms of actually trying to time a dunk. It's really as simple as that. I saw this one as well. I wanted to leave this. This is the last one that I wanted to show, but get rid of the stupid dunk meter for solo play. There is no way 3 should be easier than a dunk. I actually kind of agree with this now that I'm on a shooting build. Like, shooting is a very repetitive mechanic that is the exact same animation over and over and over and over again. No difference unless you fade or you drift, something like that. That's the only difference. And even those have an extremely like similar animation every single time. Depends on your ball hand. Like obviously when it comes to fading, if you're fading toward your dominant ball hand, aka if your player is left-handed, it will drift inward, whereas if you drift away from your dominant ball hand, or your dominant hand just in general, I don't know why I keep saying ball hand, but if you fade away from your dominant hand, it will make you fade outward, and that's the only difference in timing, and you know that. It's a thing that you can adjust for in your mind. In dunking, it's so random and it's so just uncapped with all the type of different potential things you can get. And again, the limitation on the fact that contestability or just how tall the defender is affects your meter size as well. I mean, all this stuff plays a huge factor into randomness, and if I hadn't already mentioned before, I feel like I probably did, but the animations being completely random and different. I mean, you literally have to adjust for that on the fly, and the latency on contact dunks is unbelievable. It's not my internet by any means. I know everybody in the game deals with this, but there is latency on contact dunks and there is not on regular dunks. So when you're rack attacking, like MJ is right here, in the game, when I'm seeing from my POV, and I am like right here, and I can't tell if I'm getting a contact dunk or not. Obviously in this one, it sure looks like it'd be a contact dunk, but if you're driving at somebody and you can't tell yet whether it's a contact dunk or not, you have to adjust literally in this moment right here. You're like, okay, that's a contact dunk, boom. Gotta let it go a little bit earlier because of the latency. You literally have to adjust for stuff like that when you're doing it. So anyway, how do I feel about this all? In recap, I feel like they absolutely should keep it. In my humble opinion and my biased opinion, I would probably say, I think they should make it a slight bit easier. And again, the big cause for concern that I have is I just think they should make it a lot easier to be dunking on people who have literally zero interior defense or height or wingspan or shot blocking ability for that matter. Like, if me, who, I don't like to boast on you guys, but back in my day, in my athletic prime, I at least had like a 36-inch vertical, but I'm only 5'9", with like probably a 5'11", 6-foot wingspan, something like that. And if I'm trying to defend the paint against a 6'8" dude with a 40-inch vertical and like a 7'4" long wingspan, and he is a professional NBA athlete, yeah, sure, there are 5'9" or 5'10" professional NBA athletes too, but they are gonna get absolutely destroyed when someone like Zion Williamson comes in there and is rack attacking in the paint. I mean, they're getting out of the way. They have zero chance, and that's how it should be as well. If you're a 5'9", 135 pound, freaking 5'9" wingspan with 25 interior D, 25 block, and no rim protector, no anything when it comes to protecting the paint, literally against a 99 driving dunk build. Anyway, aside from that, I think the balance between shot blocking and dunking should also be kind of looked into a little bit. I think there already are ways to protect yourself though from contact dunks. I really have not been dunked on very much this year at all. Probably like 2 posters or 3. And every time that I get dunked on, I'm like, wow, there's someone that's actually using their dunk meter. And the funny thing is too, I have never ever even been put in a dunk animation, like a contact dunk animation, from anybody that's using their X or their like up on the right stick or something like that. If that dunk meter didn't pop up, I just haven't been put in a contact dunk. Not to mention you could still strip them too, and they even go for stuff like that. But I think that's good for the game when it comes to the fact that what I was talking about just a couple seconds ago, the fact that you literally can't get put in a dunk animation or a contact dunk animation unless you are using that right stick. And that's the truth. That's just how I feel. Now, if they need to make it a light bit easier or just a tad bit easier, I think that's understandable. I don't think people would really hate it. And you can see it in the gameplay. Nobody literally lives by dunk to open up their three-pointer. Nobody lives by going for contact dunks to open up and people have to sag off on them more. It's literally everybody plays by the three-pointer first, and then when you have to respect their three too high, they get easy quick drives past you because you're playing too high, and then you play the whole chase down game. But then when you go for the chase down, they sit there and wait for you to jump, and then they just hit you with the close shot or the mash, whatever the case may be. Literally, it's the exact same copy and paste thing every single time. Any person you play, whether it's 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, same thing over and over again if it's ISO. So anyway, that's all for the vid. Hope you all enjoyed. If you made it to the end of the video, put Laker in the comments, shows Porchman all the way through. Also, you can see my Twitter is on private right now. I am actually very close to 10,000 followers, but I just kind of had like a little mental shift in my mind. I was like, okay, I wanted to try this. I wanted to go private on Twitter and see if I could still pull the same views, the same like retention to my YouTube channel, the same interaction if I even was on Twitter. And things have been doing really well, I must say. Like some of these ones where I was going on a little Twitter spree talking about all the Timberwolves moves and stuff like that, and also Clash of Clans. Hey, also peep this. If you want to get in my Clash of Clans account, this is the tag right here. Feel free to check it out and request to like a friend request or something. I will absolutely let you in my clan for sure. But anyway, the numbers on like all my tweets and stuff have been doing perfectly fine. I'm starting to realize like you don't need all this like clickbait. You don't need this like, you know, just all this mentality that it's all focused around a lot of these content creators trying to appeal to the new people and stuff like that. I wanted to try this. I wanted to see if I could still do the same thing. I'm going to approach YouTube the exact same way. I'm not going to sit here and degrade my name based on clickbait or anything like that. I don't think I've done that at all, to be honest, like in the past either. But long story short, I just have a mentality shift, and I think stepping away from the YouTube a little bit, moving, getting into a new house and stuff like that, it gave me a great perspective and point of view on just life. And I'm just so happy to be where I'm at right now, and I don't really need the negativity that comes with people who, you know, are unsolicited. If they follow me, they probably respect me, they probably enjoy what I'm about. And to be fair, my mentality has shifted in this already anyway. It's the point where that type of hate doesn't really faze me that much anymore. I do want to also let you guys know it is July 8th as I'm recording this right now, 4 a.m. for that matter too. But on the 17th, my birthday, I'm dropping a remix to Married to the Game by Future. So for those of you who don't know, I have dabbled in music a little bit when it comes to rap in the past. I would say it's probably been a little bit over a year since I even dropped the last thing that I really have got into. It was probably like February of like last year, 2021. So yeah, I mean, it's been a while. It's been over like a year and a half at this point. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know that if you want to check it out, feel free to. Like I said, July 17th, it's going to be my birthday, and I have done that in the past. I like to drop this type of stuff on my birthday. I have other plans in the future as well with the music, but we'll just leave it at that for now. Married to the Game remix, you guys will probably enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I did pretty good on it, but anyway, that's off vid. If you made it to the real end of the video, put music in the comments to show support mid all the way through, just to let me know that you're actually like interested in that, or you're gonna be checking it out, or if you just made it to the end of the video and you're not gonna check it out. Anyway, that's all. Hope you enjoyed, and then take it easy, man. Peace.